All right, so recently, your last 5 or 6 times out, you've been really good, picked up a couple saves along the way, but the velo is starting to consistently tick up. Because, I mean, earlier, a month ago, we would see some 95s, but then some 91s. But now it seems like that velo is starting to stay 94, 95, 96. It's ticked up a little bit. What's kind of been the difference?
Yeah, so, I mean, we're just trying to simplify the delivery. I mean, because that's kind of something, you know, I've battled throughout my whole career is like the walks, you know, getting behind counts,
right,
pitch counts, and all that stuff. And, you know, that's what I kind of went in and had a conversation with Hyde. I was like, you know, from your perspective outside of a pitching perspective, like, what do you see? What do I need to do? And he's just like, we started getting into all the numbers and everything, and then we started, you know, going in and breaking down video, and we just noticed that, like, when I was coming set, like, I was come up and literally I'd lock out and then go back down.
Let's get on the mound where you can show me that right
Yeah, so, like...
And you like to be all the way to this side of the rubber.
Yeah, I'm
on the third base side of the rubber.
I like to be on the third base side just because they
just gives you a better angle to the right-handers.
Because all my stuff kind of funnels glove side. So, like, it just kind of allows me to kind of, you know, throw inside to righties.
You just see, like, your vision, you think you pick up the mid and where you want to throw better from this side of the rubber.
And it helps me keep my hips closed going down the mound, too, for me. I was like, so, like, whenever I was doing this, when I'd lock out and come down, like, we did, like, a visual thing with strings down here. And when I was landing, when I was locking out, I was literally in the halfway point of the right-handed batter's box.
Oh, so you weren't driving a straight line to where you wanted to be, and then pitching's all about being in a straight line. So you felt like when you had the high leg kick, like most guys do, that you actually locked out at the top, and when you locked out at the top, you didn't get square back to target with your line when you stepped going down the slope.
Exactly, because for me, like, I wanted to get that pelvic tilt to be able to drive that back hip, you know, through my target to generate the most, you know, power and consistency and stability. But for me, like, a lot of guys can do that. A lot of guys have that stiff back leg. And I just couldn't do it.
It didn't work for you. Because you said when you came up, it actually locked out your left leg. And when we lock out our drive leg, we can't push from that point because we got to be a little bit bent to be able to drive towards home plate.
Exactly. It would cause me to get up on my toe, which would cause me to travel away
from target line instead of being on target line.
Exactly. So, like, my line to the plate was literally doing this.
Yeah. So you were, in a lot of ways, then you were landing here, but so you're throwing across your body in some ways.
And I naturally do it. But I'm about 6 to 7 inches.
Which is fine,
And I was about 12 to 14.
But that much is way too much. Puts more pressure on the arm and it cuts down your velo, too.
Exactly.
So you felt like that's what's kind of going on. Now you're more of a straight line down the slope to target line, but you're maximizing your velocity, and that's why we're seeing the uptick in velo now.
Exactly. Just trying to, like, because, you know, like Waz, bullpen guy, his favorite term is violence is hard to repeat. And a lot of guys can do it really well. But for me, like, just kind of coming in here and just simplifying, being able to literally just kind of, like, because whenever I got to this position, I wanted to roll my hips into it.
Which is what everybody's doing now. That's how we're creating velocity.
Exactly.
Now. But it wasn't working for you because you were locking out the backside.
No, because my mentality is when I lift, I want to go.
Right.
So, like, for me, it's like I just want to get here and just literally, basically, I'm just doing that.
Right.
And just relying on that to ride down the zone. But in return, it keeps my shoulders, you know, in plane and closed to landing and foot strike so that I can get that back, you know, hip to torque through, but also be in sync with my upper half.
Sure.
So that way, like, you hear a lot of terms like Verlander, for instance, like, he's like, it's easy. Like, he doesn't have to really try and reach back for that velocity or, you know, get that extra in. It's just easy, and that's kind of what Broquel was talking about. He's like, he's got through 100, you know, his whole career, and it was just like, it was easy.
Right.
But he was in tune with his body.
Everything is synced up, and when everything syncs up, that's when we're able to maximize velocity.
Exactly. I mean, you watch Chapman. I mean, he's throwing 100 and he's huge, but, like, it's free and easy. It's not like he's
not herky-jerky and all over the place. Yeah.
Super smooth.
Makes sense. Well, good luck to you, man. It's been fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.